Lizzy, you want to share a little bit about the math work?
I would love to. So there are a lot of commonalities clearly in what we're doing in English language arts, what we're doing in mathematics, what we know we're about to embark on with the next generation science standards, with our ELD standards. So I think one of the through lines that you're hearing is that we talk about discourse in classrooms, kids listening to each other, defending their reasoning, arguing from evidence. That is true in a Common Core classroom across the content area and across the grades and courses. In mathematics, as you've heard, we had 300 teachers who helped to develop our curriculum, in most cases curating from the best available materials out there. And our curriculum is built around the idea of a rich math task. And by that, it's an open-ended task. I mean, you've seen some examples. Kids have a lot of ways of showing their thinking. And we built a curriculum that sort of puts front and center that mathematics is not just getting the right answer quickly. It's not just using a formula you've memorized. It is applying the mathematics to novel situations and real world contexts. For me, what's so exciting about it as a person who loves math, obviously, is that we have a culture of people who are math phobic. I don't know if you've ever heard this particular statistic. It cracks me up, but 2/3 of 7th graders would rather eat broccoli than do math. That's a study out there, and so for me, it isn't just kids come to school or have a history in our culture of coming to school and believing that math is magic numbers. I have to have memorized a formula. I have to repeat the formula so that I can get an A on this chapter test. It has nothing to do with the rest of my life. It has nothing to do with the world. It doesn't look or feel the way I might be learning in other classrooms that are more inquiry-based. So in mathematics, we're transitioning away from math is getting the right answer quickly, and that change is huge in a math-phobic society. So for us, the challenge is, first of all, that a lot of people say that they hate math. I mean, adults have a lot of trauma around math. Kids have had experiences where they don't feel good at math. And there's this idea out there that some people are good at math and others aren't. That's not true. There's no such thing as a math person or a not math person. So changing that perspective, and in San Francisco, we have actually detracked our math classrooms. So we aren't sorting kids into honors or not honors classes based on, historical trends of who's good or not good at math, which often has broken out historically to be, schools with high concentrations of underserved kids. A lot of times we have one group of kids over here doing computation in isolation, and kids in honors classes are the ones who often have the opportunity to either do deep thinking or they're over-accelerated to where they themselves aren't enjoying math. So it is an exciting time, it is a dynamic time. Parents have a million questions because it doesn't look at all like what they did in their math classrooms. So that's our work, is not only how rich can it be in the classroom, but how can we answer those parent questions.
And then just quickly, what are the biggest questions there and how do you answer them? Because every adult's an expert because every adult went to school.
Right. So I would assume that Michael has had many of these questions. I know for us, every parent is advocating for their child and what's the absolute best for their child. So when we have conversations about tracking or detracking, we recently had a parent night with 200 parents in attendance, and a lot of the questions are about how will my student have access to Stanford, UC, whatever they're dreaming of for their child, if their child isn't in an honors math class or in an over-accelerated course pathway. So that's one question. And I think the other question is just, it doesn't look like the math that I did when I was a kid. I had to memorize long division, so I don't understand what all this, make a picture of your division, So we aren't saying that it's not about getting the right answer. You still have to be able to use mathematics with accuracy and precision, but you have to know why and when and how and for what purpose, because people who use math in the world, that's how they use it.
Yeah.